All right, good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Panama City. I'm Bob. This is Epic Nearshore Panama City. Today is Friday, December the 29th or 30th. I don't know, whatever Friday is. 30th, it's the 30th. We're out here this morning in West Bay. Uh, hadn't fished over here a whole lot in the last few months, so I thought I'd come over here and see if we could find something over here. This is more of an exploratory trip than anything else for me today. Um, the water in West Bay, and the reason I don't fish it a whole lot is that it's a shallower area. We just don't have a whole lot of that 30 to 50 foot depth ranges over here in the bay, in West Bay or North Bay. And I like deep water since I'm bottom fishing. But that doesn't mean that there won't be some fish in this shallower water. And what I pulled up on here is, I suspect it's a boat that sank out here. It's marked on my Navionics map, so it's not hard to find. I've fished it before, but typically don't catch a lot of big fish off of it. So I'm hoping that there's some grouper here. But we're going to see. I've got a variety of rod and reels and setups, bait, stuff like that. So we're going to fish a little bit. We may end up going back over to the St. Andrews Bay. The wind's out of the northeast this morning, about, I don't know, probably 15 miles an hour. Got the bay chopped up pretty good. Running isn't fun, but and sitting here fishing isn't comfortable, but it's not too terribly bad. I can deal with it. So we'll get started and see if we can catch anything. What I'm gonna start with is my Cadence 5000 on my Penn Prevail 2 rod, 30-pound braid, 50-pound Trilene big game leader, 6/0 hook, and 3/4 ounce weight. It's just a standard rig for me, and I'm using cigar minnows for cut bait. I didn't stop and get any live bait this morning. Just didn't think that I would need any, so I didn't get any. And we're in 25 feet of water here, and the water temperature's almost 52 degrees, so about the same as it was last week. All right, so we ran back over here to St. Andrews Bay. The waves aren't as bad over here. Wind is the same. It's pretty nippy. May need to see if I got a jacket in the front of the boat. We're going to see if we can find something over here that's willing to bite. We'll probably end up on the pipeline since we've got 60 feet of water up there that we can fish. Although last weekend when I fished, they weren't in 60 feet, they were in 35 to 45 feet. May be the same now. Call it a little sea brim. Not sure exactly what it is, but it's a little sea brim. Another one. There's a young gag grouper. Little bitty gag. Need him to be a lot bigger than that. I think the wind is getting worse. I'm probably not going to stay all day. It's supposed to rain this afternoon or this evening, so we'll see. We'll give it a little bit more time, see if we're able to catch anything worth keeping. Right now, mostly what I'm doing is looking at places that I haven't fished. I've got them marked, but I haven't fished them. Or if I've fished them, I don't remember it. So we're just looking to see what we can find out here. Where we'll end up is probably at the pipeline over in East Bay. A lot of the stuff that I marked is stuff that I marked 2 or 3 years ago during the snapper spawn, and so there may or may not be anything on it right now. But they spawn in like April, May, June, kind of in that spring. Well, there's a porpoise right here with me. Not exactly what I was expecting. So there are fish showing up here. We're in about 28 feet of water. This little red snapper. That doesn't seem to be what's here right now. So these are sand perch. They're real pretty fish. They don't get real big. But that's a pretty good example. They got really pretty coloring on their faces, almost colored like a bass on their sides. And I'll use them for grouper bait from time to time. Probably could catch snapper on smaller ones. You know, I don't want one that's 12 inches or whatever that one was. But I've eaten them. So, you know, and they're okay. Little red snapper. What I'm using now is my 15-pound setup, the Cadence 3000 15-pound Power Pro braid. Got 30-pound Trilene big game leader, 1/0 hook, a couple of split shot, and I'm in 38 feet of water. I'm using shrimp for bait. frozen shrimp. But, oh, it's the same setup I use when I'm fishing for sheep's head. Exactly the same. But with the wind blowing like it is today, I wasn't going to go out there because I like to fish the west side of St. Andrews State Park. It's the east side of the park, but the west side of the pass going out, the riprap. But with the wind coming out of the northeast like it is, it just blow me all over those rocks. So I'm not going out there today. A little better fish. Feels more like a snapper. Little red snapper. He's got the hook swallowed. So. That hook will rust out in just a few days. Now there does seem to be red snapper here. Little red. Now it looks like the only thing that's here is red snapper. So we're going to move over to the pipeline. Now we've got a pretty good incoming tide along with a really strong outgoing wind. And we can't set up on it the way that I want to set up on it. So we'll see what we can get, what we can do. Little red snapper. It's really hard to get away from the red snapper out here. Just about any kind of structure you can find on the bottom and a depth that they can live in, which for me is typically between 25 and 50 feet deep here in the bay. There'll be red snapper on it. They may not be piled on it, but there'll be red snapper on it at some point. So we're in 43 feet of water. What I did is I came right up, there's a drop off behind me. I came right up that drop off and stopped at the top of it. The pipeline's right. There's one behind me and there's one in front of me. So I'm kind of in between the two pipelines right here. go, we got something this time. Grouper. It's a red grouper. They're not in season. Until I think Sunday. I think they come back in season on Sunday. So, it's a pretty grouper. I don't think it would have been a keeper. It was close though. And it's another little red snapper. Well, it seems like the only thing that's wanting to bite today has been small fish. I did catch that one decent red grouper, but they're not in season, so he came off the hook right at the boat. But I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and probably go to the house. All right, well, I'm gonna call it a day. Been slow, which I figured it would be. Wind has been relentless. Water temperatures come up a little bit, but the wind has just been relentless today. Made it hard to fish some of the places that I wanted to fish. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure and hit the like button. If you want to get notified when I release new videos, hit subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll get notified. And as I said, I appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you next time.